to you, and today we're going to make a pop-out gatefold. I'm just in my camera. It's not being silly today. I don't know why it does that funny thing it does, but it does, unfortunately. Right, okay, so we're going to start off with a piece of card that measures 10 inches by 7 inches, and you're going to score that at 2.5, and then you can, if you want, score all the way down at 5 and then 7.5, and then you want to turn it and cut between your score line. So the first score line and the last score line, you're going to cut between those, putting it in at 1.5, I believe. Yeah, 1.5, and turn it round and do the same. Put it in at 1.5 and cut between your score lines, and then you're going to put it back, and you're going to then put it in at 3.75 and just score between your cut lines. Rotate it round and do exactly the same thing. Now, I'm going to tell you I cheated, because the reason it's all done and it's beautifully scored and cut absolutely perfect is because I have made myself a template now for the gatefold on a Cricut Joy Extra. And so I've got it to score these lines, so it's not going through my center panel, and got it to cut in the perfect place. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to bring up our bottom one, bring it over, and make sure that the top and bottom are aligned. Then you're going to use your bone folder to score it down. I'm going to turn it round, do the other the same way. I'm spitting on my card. So we're going to fold that up, make sure it is level at the top and the bottom, and then just use your bone folder to score. Okay, then your middle bits, you're going to put them into a mountain. So just very gently put these into a mountain. So just tease them a little while, and then you're going to also put the first score line here as a mountain. So I'm going to put that down to score as a mountain. Just bend it, and you turn it round and do the other one. So I'm just teasing it into place, and then we will be able to score it better in a minute. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to push this down and bring this back so that it sits like that for a minute, and just use my score bone folder and just pop that out of the way a minute and do the same there. I'm then going to do the same on the other side. So we did it into a mountain. We're going to fold it over, bring it back, and we're going to just use your bone folder to crease it down, turn it over and do that again, fold it down, and then the two front ones we are going to bring forward into those mountains. So you'll be able to start doing that, so you can push it in. So bring it in to push it in, push that down, and then just take it, and it doesn't matter which way you do it, right or left, you can do it both ways and score it down. So the bottom one, so all I did was just push it in, push that down, then bring it one way, score it down, bring it the other way, score it down. So just give those really nice creases. And then when you finish your design, you can choose whichever way you push these, or you can indeed bring it back into the gatefold shape. It's going to be entirely up to you. Okay, so let's decorate. So what I've done is I've got a piece, and if you want to know my colours, that was Sahara sand. I'm now I've got a piece of Bermuda Bay that measures 2 3/8 by 6 7/8, and I've got 2 of those, and I have actually I've foiled these. So, but this could just be DSP, or you could do a card layer and DSP on top, but I'm just doing a card layer on top, and I'm just very pleased with how my foilings worked for that. So I'm going to put those at either side, because I got the idea. Originally I made this one, and this is where you can use DSP. So I liked the foil on this, and that gave me the idea to do the foil on my one that I'm doing. So I'm going to just move this now, and I'm going to, so as I say, I've cheated, and I've done this as well on the Cricut design, but you could, what you can do is you can just cut out these, and you can actually use stamps and decorate it with stamps. So I'm just going to make sure we've got equal increment all the way around, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side. We're going to do it on that side, so you can do it both ways. So there's lots of ways to make a card, so we're going to make sure that's got the equal increments. So we've got 2 there, and then so they're Bermuda Bay. So Coastal Cabana, I've cut 4 pieces out, which measure 2 3/8 by 1 3/8. So I've cut 4 of these out, and again I've beautifully foiled them, but again that could be done in DSP like it was on this one. I've just gone for making it slightly different colour. So so I don't know whether there's an up or down, but I think there's some little ones on here, so I'm going to go for just having those up. So I better make sure I do all the same. I just thought this is going to make a really beautiful card. It's my beautiful sister. There we go. Okay, and then I've got 2 more for the bottom. Now I'm going to turn these the other way, I think, so it gives me a up and down bit. So oops, we get that right. Okay, and then this one. And that's the other one. Okay, so really loving that. Okay, that's really beautiful. Right, now for this one, you don't see much of this in the background. So actually, I think I'm going to leave it plain. I was thinking about stamping with the same colour on it. Yes, maybe I will. So I want something. Let's see what I've got, if I've got any little things in my stamp sets I've got out. No, I don't think I have. I'll leave it. I was thinking about stamping it, but we won't. We'll leave it. Doesn't matter which one I use because they're both cut out beautifully. Okay, and I'll bring that into the middle. Okay, so we're leaving those plain, and what I'm going to do now is I've got a piece of cream card because I thought that would go well with it. I'm going to put this on an angle. Now what I've got to watch is that I'm not going over the score lines, so I've got to make sure this corner and this corner are equal. I've got to make sure it doesn't go over the score line, so you're going to have to adjust it to make sure that it's at an angle, and we just want it cutting, we just want it doing in the middle. So I think actually that will swap the angles there, won't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line of glue down the middle and just go to either side, and that's all the glue I'm going to stick, so it's just sticking in that middle. So I'm going to go back again to the angle, so I'm looking at these two corners to make sure it's not going over this here, but I've also got to make sure that this corner and this corner do not go over the where the fold is. So I'm gonna just play around a minute, so pull it that way a little bit. So I'm looking this corner, I can just fractionally move it round, so I'm keeping an eye on this corner. Can go a bit more, so I think that is the safest. I'm just going to go there and there, so just put that down. And then this beautiful one, now there's a die and Stampin' Up that's like this, so you can use that one. So this measures roughly 4 1/4 by 3 and round about 3 1/8, and that's going to stick on the top there. Now before we put this on, I want to do some stamping. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my posted for you, and I've just realized I wanted to get one more thing out and I forgot. So let's see if that's got anything. I'll just move that 1 minute, pop that there, pop this on here. So I'm going to stamp it in the same colour, and I'm going to, it's special delivery. So there was the, I don't know whether it was the perennial set or not, so I'm going to put that in the top right hand corner. So that's going to be like that. So don't know whether it was the perennial set, but it had like some a emboss one, like a stamp, so you could use that. Right, I'm going to take that off because I want to put this on in a minute for something else, but I wanted to get those there, so just gonna move that away a minute. Hopefully, oh, wrong box, there you go, wrong box. Too many Stampin' Up boxes around, so I've got the wrong box. No, where are you? Ooh. Right, I have got, oh, it's down below. Right, there was a lovely pumpkin set that came, it was Sunshine, and it came with these lovely set of dies. It's got a sunshine, it's got a little something to brighten your day, You are loved. Sending sunshine, but it's got this lovely sort of dashes, really, and I thought that's great. In fact, actually, I don't know whether it was, it might not even be, no, I don't think it is that one. I must have another stamp set that's got something dashy like this on, but I've got this one out. I'm going to go with this one. So I will just get just take that off for a minute. I'll just do that on there. And I'm just going to put that across there. So it doesn't matter, it's going to come over the edge. Quite all right with that. So I'm going to put it kind of going at an angle there. There we go. That will be fine for the like postage type of marks. I'm just going to take that back off because I want to use that again in a minute. Okay, and then I want to we can actually stick this on now, so we'll stick this on for now, get it out of our way. I'm going to put that on, so I'm going to put equal increments because we've stopped stamping on this bit, and ahead of time I have cut out, so just going to go for an equal increment all the way around that. Yeah, there. End of time I have cut out these pieces of foliage. Now these I've cut out in the it could be very vanilla, or I don't know whether it was just called cream, can't remember. I've had the cardstock quite a long time, and it's the same as that. I didn't want to go absolute white. That was the thing with me doing gold tones. So this is from the Beauty Abounds. Okay, so these foliages are from Beauty Abounds. I thought I'd have these in here, but I might tuck them underneath actually when I've took the original ones on, I think. Can't get them off now with my fingers. This is some foliage that I've got from Boho Indigo. So I'm going to stick these on first, and I'm going to just stick down the middle, just a bit there. That will give me room to be able to poke things in. So I'm going to put this at an angle coming down, and it wasn't long enough. I hadn't got a long, so if you've got something that's longer foliage, that would be better. However, I haven't, so I'm going to just put this going there on the bottom like that. So I've got tuck room now to be able to sneak kind of these underneath. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. I've loved these foliages. There's so many old foliages that I've got that I really love. I'm going to pull that up a bit, stick it in there, and then the other one I've stuck the other way, so I'm going to just kind of put it in, tuck in, kind of going out there. Now these little flowers, and I'm just going to get my bone fold and curl them round. What we say dies. I think these are lovely. Look at the detail in there, they're lovely. So I'm going to get those, and I'm going to stick these up on some dimensional, but I want a little bit of dimension in them to start with, so I'm going to curve them round and push them in a bit. Okay, so they're not completely flat. If I bend it, I'm going to bend them up really round, so I'm cupping them round a bit, but then I want the leaves bending a bit down like that, so they're not completely flat. And what I've done is I've cut these out of some DSP. This was actually free with Celebration. I think it was it called Marble? I'm still using it. Swirl Marvelous. Sorry. Simply marvellous. Play on words because it's the marble. Now I've cut 3 out, and these were, I think, like the blushing bride. So I'm just going to cut these out here. Do that. Right, I'm going to get some dimensionals now when I can spot my what have I done with it. It's right before my eyes, can't see it. Okay, now have I got my black ones? Because I want some minis. Yes, I have. So I think I just really want a mini for the centre of these, because they're quite small, so your minis. So I think I'm going to stick one going off there, and another mini. Stick there. And don't worry about the black in the middle at the moment. They don't mean anything yet. Stick another one in the middle, and that's going to be do it down there. Right, that's quite sticky in the middle, because it has a little cutout there which you can use as little flowers as well, but I am going to cover mine now. I'm going to look, because I wasn't sure whether I have got 3 gold ones or not. So I've got a little punch, got loads of red, but that's not what I want. I want gold, and I can't find my glitter paper. So what I've done, I've got out my my Stampin' Up glitter paper. I want the golden colour off this rainbow paper. Oh, there is some there. Right. So it was the rainbow paper. It's really beautiful, this. Of course, it doesn't flake at all. So what I tend to do, because I want to stick these straight on there, which probably would do with the backing, but I'm going to doubly make sure, is that I use our tear and tape. So I'm just going to stick some tear and tape along here like that. Just rip it off there. We'll just make sure that that's fully down. Okay, and then my punch, I'm just going to come in, and I like to see whereabouts, so it's right on the edge. So I'm just going to go in, make sure that I've got that. I'm going to do 1, I want 3, so yeah, 2, and yeah, 3. Okay, so I've just done that, and then let's spit these out. Oh, got loads of stuff in there, look. Okay, forgot any stuck in there. So there, I think only 3 yellow ones. So I'm going to use my pokey tool and then flip off the tear and tape back in like that, and then just pop that in the middle of the flower like that. Same with the next one. Put that there like that, and again the last one. Oops, don't go in there. You're on the outside. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, now I should have had a piece of my card, that's right. So we've not quite finished with the front, but this is going to go on the back. So as I say, I've not finished with the front, I've got other things to do, but I'm just going to put our little verse on, our little sentiment. So I've got my Bermuda bait. So and to get it very similar to mine, if you liked how mine was, Summer Splash would be the perfect colour. So I'm going to put that there. I'm so glad it's your birthday. I could tell you how wonderful you are. So that was from Bonanza Buddies, if you want to know, but lots of lovely sentiments are around for you to have. And now I've got a little bit of a smudge there, which I'm not happy with. So I always like to show you ways, if things happen, that you can sort stuff out. So what I'm going to do is get a piece of photocopier. I've already got another stamp ready. I'm going to get some photocopier paper, because what I want to do is do a very faint stamp. So I'm going to see how many times I need to stamp it. So it's 3rd generation stamp. Let's go for one more, maybe even 4th. Right, so I'm going to ink it up again, move that slightly out of my way. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go for the 4th one in that area. There we go. There we go. So now I can write on top of that. It's going to show I've got something lovely there, and nobody can tell that a smudge happened. So that's the way I do things to compensate. I've not quite finished with that, but always put your lid on so you don't mess up with getting things on where you don't want them to be on. So this, oh sorry, let me just give you, it's the same size as the front one, which is 2 3/8 by 3 7/8. So that is the one that went behind, if in case I didn't tell you, and it's one that's going to fit on the back of this. So now, of course, you could do something on the back if you wanted to. You could do something on there. I'm going to leave that blank, because the way I will do it is like this when I put it in. So you'll be seeing like that. We've not finished the front though yet. Oh, I'm really loving that. Oh yes, I'm really loving that. Right, so what we need now is our cream piece of card, which I thought I'd got one out and obviously haven't. And it's there, I put it away, look. I've got the postage stamp that I'm just going to cut one of these out. Now, this might be too big, so I'm going to cut it out to start with. Actually, I can, that will be all right, but I'm going to see how it goes. Because I want to put sending love your way to start with, but I was just looking at that one and it was saying a little something to Nada, you are loved. No, I'm going to stick with what I was going to do, so I'm just going to move that off there. Right, now I want to do sending love, but I want to put under it your way, because it's not big enough to do both. I want to, first of all, only ink up half my stamp. So I'm going to do this very carefully. So I'm going to use the actual guide and go in as far as I think the E is. So I'm going to do that, pick up the ink. I'm going to look over the other side, and to me, I've done that right, so I'm risking it. And I'm going to bring that up there a bit. Let's go a little bit ink about there. So sending love your way. And then now I need to clean this, don't I? So let me just clean that. Make sure that I don't, let's move that out of the way a minute, that I don't get any of that coming on to my so I always use the stamping mist with my stamping scrub, so I'm going to clean that off. And because I've not done it on a full thing, I am right. Now what I'm going to also do, because I've wet this stamp now, I'm going to go here on my just piece of photocopier paper. I'm just going over it, and in fact I think I'm going to let that dry a bit as well. So I'm going to put that on one side and then bring in the next bit I want to do. So I'll leave that for 1 minute and bring in the, where have you gone, underneath all my rubbish somewhere, that's it. And I think I have got my block, and you see I could have done it on that block, but I saved it for this one. Right, so I want happy, so take off my thing and I'm going to put on happy. So I'm going to ink up, and this is from the Well Said, but there's lots of happies. I'll do a bit in there, okay, because what I want to do is I've got this, and you could do other dies. There's lots of dies you could do this with, but I've got this everyday label, I think it is, and I'm more or less gonna go for cutting that, and then I need to shorten it. So I'm going to put it in, pick it out to where I want it, and just clip it. So that's me happy, and then I want birthday. So get rid of that, get rid of me happy off of there a minute, and bring in birthday now. So I've got to find birthday, and it's probably one that I've used a lot. So where are you? That's sympathy. Should be another largest one. That doesn't look like it, does it? No, that one's anniversary. Come on, birthday, where are you? Oh, it's there, right by the happy. I bet you were all shouting that at me, weren't you? It's there, it's there. It's like a pantomime. It's behind you. Oh, there we go. Right. And again, we're just going to do birthday, and I'm just going to, yeah, that's clean. Put my birthday on and get my fingers in the ink, won't I? So that's why you should always close up your ink. Okay, in between, even if it's just in between, you should close it up. Right, so I'm going to make sure that that's got a little bit, and I've got it level. Okay, I think that's about right. So Don't know whether that went off, but it'll be fine. So I've done that part, then I tuck it back in and make sure it's lifting up. That way you know you haven't caught any of the edges, so that it will do that. Now that's going to be there for a minute, and now I can't shut this up anymore because I broke it. And I'm coming back to my sending love your way. So this time I'm going to look for the U. So it's easy if I do it on the side. So I'm looking till I've just got the U on the ink pad. Just going to go again, just slightly more. I'm making sure I haven't got it on the E. Making sure it took it all. I think it did. And then turn it around so you're not getting it wrong. I'm going to centralize that hopefully, and just in case I'm just going to slip in that. I'm just going to see. In fact, the paper will be even thinner, so I think I'll slip in the paper. I think just better re-wet the ink, recheck it. I'll just pop that out of the way. Don't want it, get it right way round. Don't want that in case that has got any water on. I think that's about it. And it's about there. I'm going to commit. There. Oh, there we go. Always glad when it comes together. Right, now, as you can see, I don't really need a lot of that top. So again, I'm just going to put it back into my punch. Now, this one, because it's a postage one, and it's got the serrated edges, I just want to get to make sure that it's, I'll just put it in again. These, let me talk to you, these side bits, I am trying to get those into these grooves. So like that would be in, but that's not big enough. That would be in, that's not big enough. So I want to go a little bit further. Gets tricky because I'm running out of room. I think I want a little bit more, so I'm going to try and pull it in one more and put it in there. I still think, I don't know whether I'm going to have to go with it, because I think if I take it one further back, let's do it again. I think I'll go for that. And put it down, and then it does it correct so that it's got nice edges and it's the same as that, and that works. Okay, so we've managed that. So we only cut off that bit, but it works. However, we have got some little hearts that we had a long time ago, and I'm going to stick a heart on now. My problem with my heart, or shall I stick red on? I think I am going to go for the red. I love these. These with the snail it, I think, a long time ago, and I'm still using them. I'm going to stick a little red heart on there. Lovely. Okay, so send love your way. Right, now I want a little bit of ribbon. So it's what colour ribbon? Now it would be nice to go gold, I think. So I'm just going to pull a load of ribbon out just to see what I've got. that I think, oh yes, that's the perfect match. And I've decided straight away I want to go for the gold. So I'm going to go for the gold. Okay, like that. And all I'm going to do is do it so I've kind of got that going off. Okay, now I want it to stay like that, so the way I'm going to make it stay, this ribbon is quite metallic, so I've managed to put a nice crease in there, but I'm just going to rip a bit of tear and tape off. I'm going to stick that on the slant and then fetch that off. Easier said than done, because I am just have to give a little bit of a rub in there. And now I'm going to go for doing it back again. I want that kind of effect, and now that'll stay in place for me. Now I'm not finishing the rubbing off yet, but I'm just gonna chop it so it's more manageable to work with, so they're about the same length. Okay, and again I'm going to stick, so I want it on this side, so I'm turning it over and I'm going to stick tear and tape again on the back of there. Okay, so take that off, and again don't forget to rub it down, and it's easier to come on. There we go. So now I'm going to have that coming off there in the corner, I think, like that, and pick it up, and now that is going to get me in place. Now I am going to stick some dimensionals on the back, but I'm going to go for bigger dimensionals this time rather than the little ones. They were little ones, weren't they? So here's my bigger ones, and I know I've started one, so where are you? Oh, sorry for the wobble, do apologise. Okay, and now I've got some here, and I'm going to stick one over the ribbon. That's going to doubly make sure that's not going anywhere, and then another one off side there. And all I'm going to do is pop this on, pop it at an angle, something like that, and then I'm going to come here because those tails are far too long now, so I don't want it that way, don't want it that way. Never know, I never can make my mind up. Just give me 1 minute to make my mind up. Let's see, so going up that way. Now I'm watching because I don't want the bottom coming over there, so I'm gonna see if that will do it. Still a little bit, so I'm gonna go a little bit higher just to take that little bit off. So I love Stampin' Up scissors because they cut right to the end, so when I wasn't happy with that I could go in and cut that little bit off. Going to go back in the other way now and cut the other side off like that. Get that rid of that there, and then I want, now I think actually I'm going to stick, am I going to stick happy birthday on one side? Let's see. I think now it is for my sister, and I don't think on this well said, I don't think there's any like mum, dad or sisters, no, but I've got let's see, I've got something else. A little bit. Let's see, where are they? Where are they? Let's see, 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 where are they? Where are you? It's the one that's the wrong way round. Now, yes, there is sister on this. So let's see, sister. Where are you, sister, sister, sister? I bet you, oh, it's right at the bottom. So again, I'm going to just bring that in. I don't think I've ever used this one. Can't have used this one to send my sister a card. Sometimes I don't always put sister on, but in this, I've decided today I want to. So, let's get the birthday off and we'll put sister on. So just gonna get that, gonna rub that, gonna bring this back in, and I'm going to, oh, I didn't put my lid on, and it's a good job I've not spoilt anything, is all I can say. Right, so I'm going to put sister, give me a little on there. Yep, happy with that. So let's close it up. A good idea to close it up. Bring back in my and I'm going to cut it a bit because it's in the way, and then I'll bring that up and try and get it in the middle. Yeah, I'll just move that out of the way. Tuck it back in, so I want it to go so the opposite way. So the sister, I need the angle, that angle, so I'm pushing it in the sister. If it was this end I wanted, I'd be taking it in the other end, but this one I need it to go this way. So I'm going to again lift it up, so make sure you lift it up, that's the key, lifting it up so that you don't catch any of the bottom here and here. Okay, so let's move that out of the way, and I'm going to have sister on there. So yeah, so I'm going to stick them on. Now I had, when I looked, I got a little bit of the dimensional bits, so I'm going to get my other scissors because I hate I save my scissors so that they're good, and I'm just gonna chop this down a bit, so that I think will go all on sister. Yeah, so that's just enough. Now, do I want this at an angle? I'm going to decide in a minute, so I'll just put that there. I've got a bit here that I'm going to put just at one side, and the bit at the other, and then I'll just see, I've got a bit of that there. So I'm going to stick this just in the middle, that'll be fine. Okay, so do I want to go at an angle? Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with my angle theme, so I'm going to just do that on the butterfly there, and there, and then my sister I'm going to stick at an angle as well. We'll go in the same way, I think, and that can be in the kind of in the middle there. I'm loving that, and I don't think I am going to stick any more gems on it because I'm really loving that. It's beautiful. I'm very pleased with that. And then of course your back, you've got so glad it was your birthday, how wonderful you are, because it's meant to be displayed completely on the front Love, love, love. Right, thank you very much for dropping by. Do appreciate it. Stay safe, stay well. Bye for now.